There have been 4 brief trailers for Tears of the Kingdom as of the making of this video, and in those trailers we have gotten a couple glimpses at what skills and abilities our hero Link will be utilizing in Tears of the Kingdom. Some are old ones that might seem super familiar, and then there are some new additions that do seem extremely exciting. Zelda crew, you are going to want to watch this video until the very end because there's some bonus Zelda content there that you are going to find a ton of value in as a Zelda fan, and I can guarantee you that you're not going to want to miss it. Some of the new abilities that Link will use in The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom have been revealed, and they look like they will be quite good and fun to use. There may also be more abilities revealed in the time leading up to the release, in addition to the ones that we won't see until, we actually pick up the game, and possible changes to some of Link's returning Breath of the Wild abilities. Tears of the Kingdom releases next year on May 12th, so there's plenty of time to reveal more of the powers Link will wield on his brand new adventure through roughly the same adaptation of Hyrule. In Breath of the Wild, Link has a variety of abilities right at his disposal to help him navigate the world and defeat enemies. The majority of these come from the Sheikah Slate, a mystical artifact left to him by the princess herself. With the Sheikah Slate, Link can create bombs, manipulate metal, freeze water into climbable pillars, and even stop time for enemies or inanimate objects. This was a pretty cool addition, I might add. Other powers come from the spirit of his friends, the former champions who lost their lives fighting Calamity Ganon 100 years prior to the game. From what's been shown of Tears of the Kingdom so far, it's really uncertain if these powers are going to return, but thankfully, there will be others to take their place. As Link explores Tears of the Kingdom's transformed skies, he will be able to use at least 3 abilities that have been shown in trailers so far. There are other new items for Link to use, such as a large device that shoots flames, and this is my theory here, but this does look like a temporary weapon, and it doesn't seem like it's something that we will have access to the whole time we're playing the game. Though it's not confirmed, it would appear that at least some of Link's powers come from his new arm, which could mean that it'll serve a purpose similar to the Sheikah Slate from Breath of the Wild. This arm has been a subject of great interest since it was first revealed way back when, and from what's been shown so far, it will have no small amount of importance to both story and gameplay. One of the first new abilities that was revealed showed Link passing through the ground on one of Tears of the Kingdom's floating islands. In hindsight, the hype for this was so cool and a very memorable moment for me as a fan. This was first shown in Nintendo's teaser at E3 2021, but it has not appeared since. When Link uses it, he floats upward while surrounded by some kind of green light and briefly pauses halfway through the ground before popping out to the other side. Immediately before this, a scene showed a drop of water falling to the ground in reverse, though the significance of this is unknown, and there are a ton of amazing theories in the community talking about what this could potentially be. The ability to phase through solid matter looks like it will be very useful in Link's adventure through Hyrule. It kind of reminds me of the Link Between Worlds concept, where Link could, for lack of a better word, meld himself into the wall, which is a pretty cool concept nonetheless. Though it doesn't seem like it will have many implications in combat, it could have a great many in traversal, in puzzle solving, and can help improve Breath of the Wild's exploration in the sequel. Link's new arm glows green while he uses this, so it would appear that this will be one of its features instead of something he has to pick up in the world like a weapon, though it may still have its limitations, right? We may only be able to use it in floating islands, for example, or only to travel vertically and not horizontally through the walls. A pretty new detail in Nintendo's latest Tears of the Kingdom trailer may also have shown another limitation. Link carries capsules on his waist that are lit up the same color as the green that accompanies this ability, so it's extremely possible that they're a consumable power source that he will need in order to use it. I theorize that this is Nintendo's way of sort of limiting his power so that we don't continuously spam the ability. I mean, if you think about it, it makes complete sense, right? And by the way, I create Zelda videos here on this YouTube channel, so if you're enjoying the videos so far, remember that it's dangerous to go alone, Zelda crew, so take this moment to subscribe to join our ever-growing community of passionate Zelda fans and to help towards our next goal of 50,000 subscribers. Thank you. You're the best. Another of Link's new abilities in Tears of the Kingdom is something that will allow him to return objects to a previous position. Let me explain. This power also comes from Link's new arm in the Breath of the Wild sequel and has been shown twice so far, if I remember correctly. The first time was in the E3 2021 trailer where Link used it to send a spiked ball back at some enemies, and the second was in the latest Tears of the Kingdom trailer where he used it to ride a large rock up through the air. Both times the world turned black and white, but everything continued to move around the affected object. This ability looks pretty similar to Breath of the Wild stasis, and I think it serves a similar function, and it's very possible that it's a new or maybe even an advanced form of it. From the looks of Tears of the Kingdom's trailers, this ability should prove extremely useful. Breath of the Wild comes with many boulders that we can roll at enemies and vice versa. Being able to send them back where they came from sounds extremely fun, and it also sounds like a complete time killer, right? And it should make for some creative combat strategies. This ability may also become a reoccurring feature in whatever replaces shrines from Breath of the Wild. Please, for the love of God, be full-fledged dungeons, as its unique function has a great deal of potential for puzzles based around it. However, its uses for exploration seem lacking, and it may not be very good for traveling Hyrule outside certain specific situations, such as the one in the trailer. The latest ability to be revealed for Tears of the Kingdom is a mechanical bird-like glider. This was shown for only a few seconds in the latest trailer that we got, where Link landed on it from a skydive and gently glided over Hyrule. Unlike the other powers revealed so far, there's really no evidence that this is connected to Link's arm. It also doesn't look like it's of Sheikah make, as it's quite different from the other mechanical devices, such as the Guardians and Divine Beast. The gliders reveal all but confirm that Link would have some form of flying mount to navigate the various floating islands, similar to Skyward Sword's Loftwings. Unlike a Loftwing, however, we may not be able to truly fly with the mechanical glider, as it has no obvious means of pushing itself forward. I think it could be that we will only be able to glide with it as a floating platform, giving it a similar purpose to the regular glider from Breath of the Wild, but probably without the cost of consuming stamina. It appears that it'll be extremely useful for exploring Hyrule, especially its floating islands, and it could help in solving some of Tears of the Kingdom's puzzles, but may have little to no function in combat. That being said, I'm just going to throw this out there, Zelda crew. It would be pretty sweet if the stone glider had some cannons or something, right? Maybe the glider itself could be customizable? That'd be so awesome. And
Hey, listen!
the Legend of Zelda series is one of the most confusing video game franchises in gaming history, in my opinion, because there's really no confirmed answer on which Zelda games are first, last, in the middle, or whatever. So Zelda crew, you're going to want to click on this video here so that you can at least have a better understanding as to who actually created the Master Sword. Much peace and love, be the light. I'll talk to you over there.